What's happening, people? You are back to the Fight Week show, bro. People, we just had a weekend with Strickland and Hermansson card. Um, it's a nice card. It's a nice card, by the way. It's not a bad card at all. I like the card. I felt like there's some really good bouts in there. Some really good show. Salute to everybody that's rolling in right now. I see you guys. Big up to everybody just rolling through my paperwork right now. And yeah, big up to everybody that joining us. Salute to you. And as you're coming in and rolling in, please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. You guys are the reason why we're here. And I'm here to own my peaks. And on top of that, well, talk about a point scoring system on the performance bonus, who got what, and where we are for the end of this fight night card, and a look ahead to UFC 271 that's coming up this weekend. Starbender versus Bobby Knuckles Part 2, and this is happening in Texas um, this weekend. So uh, the just looking at that, it's gonna be fantastic. So big up. I see you guys in the chat. Yeah, salute to you, Diego. Salute to Dan T. Big up to all of you guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Literally just got back in from work. Still got my work uniform on. But hey, I gotta drop this, man. I gotta deliver this content. You feel me? So let's take it from the top. Sean Strickland got a decision win versus Jack Hermansson. I actually thought he was gonna. I actually thought Sean Strickland was gonna do more. If he really wanted to knock at the door of the champion, or at least call his name like he kind of did. I expected him to. He needed to, put some vavavoom on that performance there. But it's that I want to caveat it with the point that Hermanson is not an easy. It's not an easy guy to just put away like that. He's one of those guys that will kind of make your performance look sort of ordinary. I put not Cowboy, Wonder Boy in that sort of category as well. If if you go and fight Wonder Boy, is the type of guy that will make you look bad. Even if you get the win, he'll make you look bad doing it. And that's the type, that's the type of fighters that these guys are. So big up Craig Molloy, salute to you. Thank you very much for joining me. Um, yeah, the real one, man. You guys rolling in like this, I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. So, Sean Strickland, I expected him, what I mean, to come up with the to come up with a win. He did, he got his hands raised, and he did what he had to do to get the W, and now he's on a 6-fight win streak. So on a 6-fight win streak right now, and as long as you keep winning and you in that you're back in the W column, um, you're gonna get the fights that that is kind of looking for. Any fight between top five and maybe a couple ranks behind him, you'll be able to deal with that, and you can see him and Hermansson there enjoying and sharing mutual respect together. And you guys know that always highlight two fighters after duking it out in the octagon. They come around and they show that sign of mutual respect. There's nothing like it. You know what I mean? I love when I see fighters do that, and it's one of those that you can't you can't begrudge those guys after they've left everything in the octagon. You really cannot begrudge them. So yeah, I like that attitude. It don't matter what Sean Strickland says. Building into the fight, he talks a lot of crazy shit. He talks a lot of crazy stuff. But at the end, when you show mutual respect like that, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Then we got Nick Maximov versus Punhel Soriano. So him and Soriano, um, another one, that went to decision. Um, all I just get to make a Spanish. Wow, you fucking crisped me up with that one the other day. I can't lie. I cannot lie, man. You fucking hit me up with that one the other day, man. That was mad. That was mad. Big up Taib. Salute to you, Taib. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like button as you're coming in. Hit that share button. Get us out there to people that love combat sports, that watch any kind of combat, MMA, Bellator, UFC, boxing. We'll talk about it. The topic is, what I mean, is there. We'll bring it on this channel. So Nick Maximov got that win against Soriano. Will went for Maximov. I went for Soriano. But Maximov got the win. Shavkat Rachmanov versus Carlston Harry. Carlston Harris. Again, another wicked showing from Shavkat. Shavkat's a beast, yo, I'm trying to show people about Shavkat, man. Shavkat is a beast. Big up Carl Rossi in the house. Salute to you, Carl Rossi. Thank you very much for joining me, my bro. Proper combat talk right here. Smash the like button, people. That's what the man's preaching right there, man. You know what I mean? So please, you know, hit the like button like the man said right there, and always come back on this channel for your combat sport talk. So Shavkat turns up for 4 minutes 10 of the first round. Shafka turns up and kicks the man's head off, and that got him. That got him in the performance of the night bonus. But that's 50 grand for the guy. Congratulations to him. Unlucky to Carlston Harris, but Shafka is one of those guys that really, really needs to be recognized in the division. He's climbing up. He's still young, 27 years old, and he's gonna make noise in that division. He really, really is. Next one up, uh, Sam Harvey versus Brandon Brendan Allen. I thought this was gonna be easy work for Brendan Allen. I went with Brendan Allen. He got the submission in the second round against Sam Harvey. Sam Harvey is a tough, durable guy. Tough. He's one of the toughest guys, toughest OGs in the division. I mean, that guy he's had more losses than Brendan Allen has got wins. So he's just about got the same amount of wins. Uh, Now he has 17 losses. Sam Alvey and Brendan Allen going into this fight had 17 wins. That shows you how much Sam Alvey's been in the game. He's there with 33 wins, but he just had um, another loss to his loss column. And but hey, good second round submission for Brendan Allen. Salute to him. He goes on in the 205 division, looking for another opponent to use as that step ladder, because really and truly, he wants to get to the promised land. He wants to get to the title. He wants to get to the contenders. He wants to start knocking on them doors. And performances like these are going to help him along the way to build that confidence to be able to do that when and if he eventually reaches, the top five sort of echelon. So let's move on to the next fight, and this one here is the fight that I was looking forward to the most out of everything that all the fights that they showed. This was the one I was looking forward to the most, and I went with Trejon Gore. I watched Trejon Gore the whole of on the Ultimate Fighter. This was the Ultimate Fighter that never really got round um to being aired because Trejon Gore had to leave the competition just as he was about to face Brian Battle in the finals. So Obina had to then step in, and Brian Battle submitted Obina in the second round. Trajan God actually knocked Obina out. So they both beat Obina. So this was gonna be like, even though Brian Battle went on to win the tournament, Trajan God's like, no, 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 bro. I knocked that brother out that you submitted. So really and truly, you gotta get past me to be able to claim that you won the Ultimate Fighter. So this was the Ultimate Fighter final without it being the final, you know. And yeah, Trajan Gore walking into the octagon, doing the doing the I'm gonna get the belt. I'm coming for the belt strap, the belt thing. I'm thinking, bro, you can't start running before you start learning how to crawl. Like, you can't, bro, you can't do that. And but it's confidence, but sometimes that confidence can be misplaced. That confidence can really be misplaced. Um, and for me, it's it just didn't perform in front of Brian Battle. Brian Battle was in front of every single strike. It got to every single strike before Gore could do anything. I think Gore came in with the belt of wrestling into the second round, and you know, it just didn't do it for me. And I watch Gore is really good. He is better than what he showed, or it's either Brian Battle made him look that bad. But Gore is really good, and I think he's going to do well in the division coming up. But look, I like what Brian Battle brings to the table. He was the last pick. He was the last pick of the tough tournament between the two coaches, and he ended up on Tim Volkanovski. He was the last pick, and usually the last picks like that, they usually got a chip on the shoulder. A little bit like Moreno, the last pick, a little bit like Brandon Moreno, same like that. They always got that little chip on their shoulder, man. They want to prove something, and he ended up winning the whole thing. So big up to him, and Trajan God just has to he just has to go and figure it out. Yeah, and Diego saying here he had two takedowns. Yeah, I know, but I don't know if that was enough to really do anything to take the rounds away from Brian Battle, because I wanted Trajan God to win, but even watching the fight, I gave at least two rounds. The first round and the third round, I gave him to Brian Battle, and I only gave Trajan God the second round. So salute to everybody as they're rolling in. I see Joanne Smith there. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for reaching, showing support on the channel, man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, who we got here? We got Julian Erosa versus Steven Peterson, and this fight was ridiculous. This this was the best fight of the night. This fight here was the best fight of the night. I loved watching this fight. Fantastic, fantastic fight between Julian Erosa and Steven Peterson. They were pissing each other up, like literally pissing each other. This fight would not stop. Them two were dropping each other. It was crazy. A lot of back and forth between both fighters, but Julian Erosa clearly the better fighter out of the two. I love the fact that he was able to come in there and show him that he really came in there with a bit of a he wanted to teach him a lesson. And I heard this on the commentary just before the fight happened, because Steven Peterson missed weight at least by 5 pounds. I think he came in at he weighed in at 149, which is kind of crazy because you guys know how I feel about me. Guys um, missing weight. It's not something that that I like to see. Like they say, you got to show that respect for your opponent. You got to show that respect for the organization, and more importantly, you got to show that respect for the fans that are paying their hard-earned money to come and watch you, or to subscribe to watch you, or to pay whatever it is to pay to watch you fight. So you've got to turn up on weight. If you sign that battle agreement, you got to make sure you do everything to turn up as it stipulates in the contract agreement. And The guy turned up, Steven Peterson. He turned up 5 pounds heavier than what he was supposed to. He came in at 149, and Julian Rosa went pleased with it. He says, yeah, he's that he's coming to teach him a lesson, but that lesson ended up being, they both got 50 grand. He got 50 grand a piece, even though he's going to lose 30% of his purse to Julian Rosa. He got extra 50 grand to top it up. So he's going to be happy that he ended up, being in a fight like that with Julian Rosa. Those guys were fantastic. Those guys brought everything to the table, and they threw it down. I love it. I just love the whole fight. And yeah, as I was watching it, I was saying to myself, you know what? This is gotta be it. This is gotta be it. It's got to be the fight of the night. So yeah, fantastic from both guys. Congratulations to them for getting the 50 grand. Um, Comment here from Diego. Diego says, but battle more strikes. Go is a good prospect. I actually agree. I agree with you. Craig Muller says, yeah, all to be honest, I'm more of a boxing fan than UFC. No offense, bro. No offense taken. Look, when boxing topics come up, I'm planning to to have a couple of boxing guests on. Kenny Ken, I'm sure you're familiar with Kenny Ken. He's a good friend of mine and good friend of the show. So at some point we're going to bring him in when some of the big fights drop in, so you can get his thoughts and feelings on some of those fights. So just bear with us on that. I'm working on bringing those sort of guests in. And Will is very vast with boxing as well. As you could see on our Friday show, we did mix it up with a lot of boxing boxing content. So um, some other fights in the prelims. John Castaneda with the win. Akim Dawodu, shout out to Akim Dawodu for the win against Mike Trizano. Chidi, another one with um with performance of the night bonus. Chidi came in there like almost like 30 seconds, laid Barriot down, basically knocked him out, TKO, and ref pulled him off. So that's a good win there for Chidi, and congratulations to him on his performance of the night bonus. So two fighters got performance of the night, and that's Shafkat and Chidi with Julian Erosa and Steven Peterson um, for fight of the night. Another fight on the card: Alexis Davis fighting against Julia Storyalenko. Storyalenko annoyed me throughout the whole fight, just looking for armbar after armbar. So then she wasn't even setting it up, just literally looking for armbar. And with somebody as long in the tooth as Alexis Davis and so vast in the grappling department, you can't, you can't just be seeking arm bars without setting it up. And in the end, she wore herself off. Alexis Davis came up with a win. Big up to Jelton Almeida, another big win for him, knocking out Danilo Marquez. Philip Rowe with a win against Jason Witt. Malcolm Gordon with a win against Dennis Bonder that I thought was going to actually come up with the win. Um, so we've got UFC 271 coming up over the weekend. The card is stacked card. You know, we got the Black Beast on there with Bam Bam title. So that's a fight that I'm really looking forward to. Really want to see this fight. It's a fight that really somebody's getting knocked the fuck out. I like Bam Bam because I want to see him do the shoey, but I also like Black Beast because his octagon post fight interviews is off the chain. So I don't know who I really want to win this one. You know what? To be fair, I don't give a fuck who wins it. I really don't care who wins it out of both of them. But yeah, it's definitely one of those that I want to see. And yeah, You know, Craig Muller said, "Big up Kenny is another real one." Yeah, and he is a boxing. His boxing knowledge is unrivaled, man. So he knows what he's talking about when it comes to those sort of topics. And you know, I'd really like to get him on the channel to pick his brain. And you know, he's a good friend of mine. And as I always call him, Big Unks. When I give him a shout to come, and once we put it together, he's gonna jump on the show. Um, and Carl Rossi here is saying Lewis. Yeah, you know, it could be Lewis, it could be Bam Bam. Like I said, I really do not give a damn. I don't give a fuck who wins that fight. You know what I mean? I just want to see somebody gets played out. Want to see it. Um, so there's a lot of good fights on that card. Um, I don't know who you like expecting to win. Who you like expecting to win in that rematch um between Whitaker and Stylebender. Who you expecting to win? We got Jared Cannonier and Derek Brunson on that fight there as well. That's a big one. Um, that's a big one with Jared Cannonier and Derek Brunson because with the fight that Strickland has just had, and he didn't really make a splash. You know, he didn't really make a splash. Jared Cannonier and Derek Brunson, one of them, you know, has a good win. Um, I think they're the ones that's going to be entitled to really call on whoever wins on Saturday. Maybe it's Stylebender or Bobby Knuckles. Um, but it'd be very interesting to see what and these two guys actually know it now that they have to make a statement come Saturday because Strickland and Hermansson they did nothing. They didn't make no. They didn't even make a drop. You know, they let alone a splash. And you know, a fighter like Jarrell Carner, that's what he goes to look for. And Derek Brunson can also he's got hands as well. So you know, it'd be nice to see how those two play out. Um, Diego is saying a win for Stylebender on decision. Yeah, it could go that way. It really could go that way. You see how it went with Marvin Vettori in the second round. I mean, it's the second time round. So, you know, it could go like that. Usman Covington, you see, went to decision. Not everything is going to end up in a knockout, but it's definitely going to be a different fight. 100% going to be a different fight. Kyla Phillips on that card as well against Marcelo Rojo. And you know, it's another fight that I'm really looking forward to. I really want to see what Kyla Felix is going to do after his loss against Piva, that you know Sean O'Malley went to put away recently. Um, and you know the last fight on the main card is Bobby Green and Haxpra. And Haxpra is you know he's one of them. He's got hands. Bobby Green, you know he likes to stand up. He's durable. He's OG. He's been around for so long. You know, 28 and 12 guy, and he's one of them that trains with the Diaz brothers. He's been around there for so long as well, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Hapras, you know, is in the dominance MMA stable. So we got a little bit of love here for Akparas. So it's going to be interesting what we go for. But, you know, I don't just go for man these days, man. I need to see what's happening. I need to see the build up. I need to see the camp. I need to see what the weight cut is saying. All of those things obviously determines what goes on into the fight. And even that does not always judge everything, but it gives you a fair idea of how that fighter is gonna perform come fight night. So, as we said, we're back in field in fight week. We're back in fight week. We're in fight week mode now, and whatever build up that comes during fight week is going to be coming back on this channel. Any other news on combat sport, boxing, etc., we're going to bring it back on here. And thank you to every single one of you that's joined me tonight. You know, it's been fantastic. Fucking love you lot, man. Serious, man. Thank you very much. You have no idea how much this means to me because there's no reason for me to come back from work, jump straight on here to give you all of this. You know what I mean? So the only reason I'm doing this for you guys, and I love what I do. I just love, you know, talking about MMA, talking about combat sports, and yeah, you know, it's just about sharing my thoughts with you, and you love been superb from day one. Thank you very much, and you know, onto the next video. Salute.